Welcome to Greater Good Radio Hawaii, where leaders inspire leaders. Greater Good Radio Hawaii is dedicated to social entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Evan Leong, and with me is my co-host, Carrie Leong.
Thank you, Evan. Today's guest is Jeff KLECK and Wayne MCVICKER, co-founders of Neoforma and Attainia, Inc. Welcome to our show, Jeff. Welcome to our show, Wayne.
Thank you.
So, Jeff, could you tell us a little bit more about Attainia, Inc., please?
Sure. Attainia is our second venture between Wayne and myself, and it's an information technology company. We build internet-based systems for managing processes in hospital for capital equipment procurement. So how do you put all the equipment in a hospital? Where do you find it? How does it come in? These things need to happen years in advance. How do you budget for them? How do you track that capital equipment? So we build all these internet solutions that hospitals and around the world can access via the internet to do their planning and their budgeting for capital equipment.
How do you guys divide up your roles between both of you?
Well, that's, we've been working together for years now, so we've kind of found the natural space for each of us. I tend to focus on the administration and sales side of the equation, so getting to the market, getting our products to the market, where Wayne tends to focus on the development of the products and running the engineering team and the operations. But then, we both, cross over, and so we're able to help each other on both sides of the equation.
He's the outside guy, I'm the inside guy, he's the charmer, I'm the nerd, it's a good balance.
I like that. Hey, I'm a little bit of a nerd too. You can't take that whole thing.
So how did you folks meet, and how did you know that you would make good business partners?
Well, we met in the early 90s. We were both working for the same company as a medical device company in Silicon Valley. And we just, both happened to be working on some of the same things. We got together. We were both completely different personalities, but we both like solving problems. And so once we spent some time together and both realized we both had the same passion for kind of moving things forward, we just spent more and more time together and eventually started our first company together.
You guys seem kind of opposite almost. You think that helps your mix, or?
Absolutely. The key to a successful partnership over time is to make sure that the skills are complementary, that we have as little overlap as possible. It's certainly, if we didn't question each other continuously, we wouldn't stretch the boundaries of what we're both capable of.
Okay, so how do you actually keep it together then? If you guys are kind of opposite, you're front of the office, he's kind of back of the office, how do you make sure that the office is going in the same direction?
Well, one way is the environment of our office is an open office, so everyone sees everyone. In fact, we have all our desks lined up in an open office environment, so we hear what's going on and the other employees hear what we're doing. It's a good way of keeping communication. So I may be on the phone talking to the CEO of a hospital. Wayne may be on the other side developing, working on some development project, may overhear something I've said in terms of, or he's heard that the CEO wants. And so that goes right, unperturbed to the development side of the house, and we talk about it. So that's one way. And then we just communicate really well, and we also get employees who communicate very well. And I think that's really important.
When you folks both got started together, you were employees, right? You said that's how you met. Mm-hmm. How did you both know that you wanted to take a risk and start a business together?
Boy, that's a big question.
It was a slow development. We started doing a single project where we were just building some great tools and showing them to customers, and the customers really loved what we were doing, but it didn't really fit with the company we're working for. So slowly but surely we thought, hey, maybe this has a life outside of here. And that's what ended up happening.
Do you think that you've always been entrepreneurial?
Certainly. I think anybody can be if they're passionate about anything, if they find what that passion is and just have an opportunity that they see and jump for it. It takes a lot of energy, but that's really the key element. But looking back, certainly, I've always tried starting new businesses and gathering friends together to do special projects, and I think Jeff has too.
Yeah. So you think entrepreneurship can be taught, or you got to be born with it?
I think you can be born with it, and I think I was. I think it can be taught, but someone has to have a desire to accomplish something. I think that's really at the key, is a key element of an entrepreneur. So they may not be an an entrepreneur as you would, they don't have every attribute someone who's starting a company would have, but they have the desire to accomplish something and then the will to see it through. And if those two elements are there, I think that anyone can be an entrepreneur.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.